Hello. Today we'll be talking about Dewott, the evolution of Oshawott, who evolves at level 17. Dewott's previous PYC dates are July 12th, 1997, May 2nd, 2000, February 21st, 2003, December 12th, 2005, October 2nd, 2008, July 24th, 2011, May 14th, 2014, March 4th, 2017, December 24th, 2019, and October 14th, 2022. Dewott is my favorite of all 9, well 10, for now anyway, forms of the starters. I think because it's more blue than Oshawott. Its official art also seems to give it a lot more personality than just being cute, like Oshawott's art. I think it's a great evolution of Oshawott. That said, it does do very little to connect Oshawott to Samurott, with it mainly being the legs and having whiskers appear. I can't fault Dewott too much for this, as Samurott is simply just too different from Oshawott and Dewott. Like Servine, Superior, Pignite, and Embor, because I didn't play the Gen 5 games, I didn't learn about Dewott until later than Oshawott. I most know Dewott from 3 places. 1. The cover of Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon, as the evolved form of the water starter in Pokémon Legends Arceus. 3. Thanks to the substitute videos, I know it as the starter of Blake from Pokémon Adventures. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Dewott, the disciplined Pokemon whose number is 0502. This is what it looks like. Its type is water, abilities Torrent, Shell Armor is its hidden ability. Gender ratio is 87.5% male and 12.5% female. Catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding is a group field, hatch time 20 cycles. Height is 2 foot 7 or 0.8 meters. Weight is 54 pounds or 24.5 kilograms. Base experience yields 145. Leveling rate is medium slow. EV yield is 2, and special attack. Shape is that, footprint is that. Pokedex color is blue, and base friendship is 70. Dewott is a water-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It evolves from Oshawott starting at level 17 and evolves into Samurott starting at level 36. In Hisui, Dewott evolves from Oshawott starting at level 17 and evolves into Hisuian Samurott starting at level 36. Biology, Dewott is a bipedal otter-like Pokemon that is primarily light blue. It has small black ears, a pointed crest at the back of its head, a red nose, and long white whiskers forming tilted V shapes. 2 pointed teeth are visible in the upper jaw when its mouth is open. Its 4 limbs have 3 fingers on each black paw. Its feet and flat tail are black. Around its waist is a large, dark blue, fringed arrangement of fur with 2 scalchops on the thighs. Dewott using razor shell with its scalchops, its teeth. Dewott is known to have a studious and stern nature. Dewott's scalchops are detachable, and Dewott regularly trains to use techniques with them. These techniques differ between individual Dewott. It maintains this technique through dedicated and repeated training. It always maintains its scalchops as well. Its flowing double scalchop technique can defeat even those who master the art of swordsmanship. Humans have modeled their swordplay by observing Dewott's movements on how it flows like water and wielding its 2 scalchops. When exposed to the harsh environment of Hisui, Dewott gains an additional dark type when it evolves into Hisuian Samurott. Evolution, Dewott evolves from Oshawott and evolves into Samurott. In Hisui, it evolves from Oshawott and evolves into Hisuian Samurott. Oshawott, Dewott, Samurott, Hisuian Samurott. Game data, Pokedex entries in Gen 5, black. Strict training is how it learns its flow double scalchop technique. White. Scalchop techniques differ from one Dewott to another. It never neglects maintaining its scalchops. Black 2 and White 2. As a result of strict training, each Dewott learns different forms for using the scalchops. In Gen 6, X is Black's entry. Y is Black 2 and White 2's entry. Omega Ruby is Black and X's entry, and Alpha Sapphire is Black 2, White 2, and Y's entry. In Gen 8 in Legends Arceus, its exquisite double scalchop technique is likely the result of daily training, and it can send even masters of the blade fleeing in defeat. In Gen 9 Scarlet, it's said that people modeled swordplay after the way Dewott's movements flow like water while it's wielding its 2 scalchops. Violet, Dewott has a studious and stern personality. It masters the use of its scalchops through dedicated, repeated training. Dewott in the Blueberry Pokedex. There are 3 Dewott, just like how there were 3 Oshawott yesterday, so I wonder if these are the evolved form of them. One is even holding one of its scalchops up, like one of the Oshawotts was doing with its single scalchop. That's very fun. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Legends Arceus. Normal. It has the Citrus Berry 25% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn 15% of the time. And grid items by level. Alpha EXP Candy M 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery 20% of the time, and grid items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Stats, base stats, HP and attack 75, defense 60, special attack 83, and special defense and speed 60 for a total of 413. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to grass and electric for double, immune to nothing. Resistant to steel, fire, water, and ice, all for half. Learn set by leveling up. We'll start at 18 here, so 18 Razor Shell, 21 Fury Cutter, 26 Water Pulse, 29 Aerial Ace, 34 Aqua Jet, 37 Encore, 42 Aqua Tail, 45 Retaliate, 50 Swords Dance, and 53 Hydro Pump. By TM we're skipping. By Breeding we're skipping. Nothing by Prior Evolution. Side game data, you got all this. Pokepark 2 wanders beyond the Pokepark pad entry. He trains himself to master water-type moves. He was captivated by Oshawott talent and made him an apprentice. Evolution data, Oshawott, level 17, Dewott, level 36 outside of Hisui, Samurott, level 36 in Hisui and Samurott. Sprites here, so a lot darker colors overall. Very interesting. And the shiny, I'm pretty familiar with this one. This kind of blue with the purple. Just like for Oshawott, the shells are pink. Black and white, it grabs only one shell, but in black 2 and white 2, it grabs both shells. That's pretty cool. In Gen 6, you get the models. Much taller now, yeah, that's interesting. And it's a lot lighter colors as well. Pretty good adaptation, I'd say. In Gen 7, not really much changes. In Gen 8, you get the much better models in this game. Homes, you get these models. Animation, Dewott in Pokemon Horizons, the series. Got all this. Pokedex entries. So as you can see here, this one has Pokedex entries in 2 different series. So this is how they differentiate them, the 2 different boxes here. In Black and White, Episode 4, in Ash's Pokedex, Dewott, the disciplined Pokemon, and the evolved form of Oshawott. Through rigid training, Dewott uses the double Skull Chop technique to accomplish its fluid swordsmanship. Before I start the second one, I want to mention how I'm going to use the same voice since I don't know what Go's Rotom Phone's voice is. If I do find out what it is, I'll start using that voice. In Journeys, episode 81, in Go's Rotom Phone, Dewott, the disciplined Pokemon, a water type, with its swordsmanship that flows like water. Dewott's skill at using 2 Skull Chops results from long and difficult training. In the manga, Dewott in Pokemon Adventures, the TCG. Trivia, I read this first point and its sub-point in the Servine video. I read the 2nd through 4th points in the Oshawott video. Origin, Dewott, is based on a sea otter and samurai. Its trait of fighting, with its 2 shells, may be based on Tessenjutsu, a type of martial arts involving the Japanese war fan. Dewott's evolutionary line as a whole is based on the lifespan of a samurai from a child, Oshawott, to a young samurai, Dewott, to a military commander, Samurott. Servine, Pignite, and Dewott's evolutionary lines are collectively based on Western, Chinese, and Japanese culture, respectively, to represent the diversity of the Unova region. Name origin, Dewott may be a combination of dew, water, and otter. May also involve duel, referring to the 2 Skull Chops it fights with, or duo, Italian for 2, referring to its place in its evolutionary line. Notably, Helen DeWitt is the name of the author of The Last Samurai. Futacha Maru may be a combination of Futatsu, 2, Tachi, long sword, and Maru, round, common suffix in male Japanese names. Now, languages, he also references external links. Let's move on. Now let's watch Dewott's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 661, The Battle Club and Tepic's Choice. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his traveling companion Iris, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu, have come to Accumula Town, more specifically the Battle Club, where Iris is explaining to Ash the Battle Club system. She's showing off a couple profiles of people and their Pokemon.
As well as the type of
Dewott.
Pokemon they want to battle against.
That is Dewott's first thing in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Dewott. Hello and welcome to the post section of the video. Today, the question is, what do you love about Dewott? And Zachary Butter 7349 has responded. Thank you. They say that one time Square video where Oshawott is just dancing on screen for like 40 seconds. I don't know if this maybe was intended for yesterday's video, and they posted it in the wrong one. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Now we're set in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Dewott. This is thanks to Matt by USV02. So these emotes, Matt here, I don't know if it's just person or it's supposed to be Matt the Dewott, but we've got these three emotes here of this Dewott character with glasses, a hat, and some clothes, it looks like. So you got an excited one, confused or concerned one, and sleepy one. I guess you can get it in a few sizes. That's interesting. This is thanks to Leo the Dewott by USV02. So I got this cool Dewott image here. Very stylized, very fun. The skull shots kind of looking like swords with the swooping. That's fun. This is Dewott emotes by Hachi Makiyaki. So another set of Dewott emotes here. It's from 2025, I guess. Got angry, determined, laughing, annoyed, and in love. Very well done. This is thanks to Sean 351 by USV02. So it's very stylized Dewott here. Got like a pearl on one of the skull chops. That's interesting. This is Nicholas Attack by Flake Glaceon 4826. The stylized Dewott here. Very interesting. Has sword instead of skull chops. That's interesting. This is thanks to Winte by USV02. So these stylized Dewotts here. Definitely a lot more light blue. Got this scarf. I think it's the Mystery Dungeon scarf. This pin, probably one of the pins from the game. Very interesting. This is new PFP by Bread Smoothie. So this, I guess, image of their new profile picture at the time, or maybe current one, I don't really know. So got this stylized Dewott here, and this one, and then we got this one that's more craft, or maybe fine line. This is probably the one that actually is being used. Very interesting. This is Sea Otter, Discipline, and Formidable by Sparkplug USA. We did this one in the Oshawott video, but we can do it again. So we've got Oshawott, Dewott, and Samurott here. We've got a conch shell, a clam shell, and a sand dollar. That's interesting. Very well done. This is Oshawott and Dewott by Juan Z143. So we did this one yesterday, but we could do it again. It's this fun Oshawott and Dewott art. And the one without the shadows. The one without the background. And the one without the background and the shadows. Very well done. And Teke, taking a rest in a battle, acts after battle by Real Space Junk. So this more realistic, kind of gruesome scene here. Using a bunch of weapons and a battle. That's very interesting. It's like after the battle, of course. This is The Otter, the Bubblegum by Kenny Studio, IND. So you got these models of an Oshawott and a Dewott. I don't know if it's CGI or clay models. They're very well done. So we got Oshawott with the bubblegum over around its head. Then we got the Dewott blowing a bubblegum bubble while inside a bubblegum bubble. That's interesting. This doesn't contain a Dewott, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. In the next official video, we'll be talking about Samurott. As always, this is my proper outfit, and see me tomorrow.